Pledge, and after, please remain standing. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just want to ask for a moment of silence. I'm sure everyone knows Roxanne Dunnery. She passed away a few days ago, and her funeral mass was today. Roxanne, we're gonna miss her. We're gonna miss this gal with the boxing gloves, and if you ever tangled with Roxanne, you knew you had a fight. There was nobody that took her lightly. She was a county legislator, and she was one of the two chairwomen that I know from the county legislature. School board member. She's famous for going to a restaurant and going up to the president's table and telling him that we need help here in Highland Falls. That's the kind of a go-getter she was. So the town, and I'm sure her family will miss her very much, but the town is going to miss her quite a bit. Thank you.
For anybody wondering, I was born deaf in my right ear, and every time I get the flu, I have trouble hearing. And so I'm at the second end. I've tested for positive or negative for COVID like 6 times in the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to sit away from Todd. I'm going to do the best I can to be a participant, but I need to see lips because I can't hear any of you.
The first thing I have written down here, the meeting before Christmas, we adjourned the meeting, and we never wished anybody Merry Christmas. We just kind of forgot about it. Well, our last meeting, we never wished Happy New Year to anybody either. So the first thing on my agenda is to wish everyone a happy, healthy, safe New Year. And this town board will do the best we can to make it a financially good year for you. Now, this is a reorganization meeting, and that means we've got a bunch of things that we've got to read off, and people to appoint, and the different duties and such in the town. So I'll go through this as quick as I can, not that it needs to be done quick, but the eligibility and qualifications of town officers. Every elected officer in the town is an elector of the town of Highlands. Every town officer in the town has taken an oath of office. One of the electors was just sworn in about 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
25 minutes ago, okay.
Congratulations.
The official undertaking. Every town officer is covered by a blanket undertaking identifying against losses caused by the failure of the officers, caused by the failure of employees to faithfully perform their duties, or by their fraudulent or dishonest acts. So we're all covered by insurance. These are one-year appointments. The town attorney, I need a motion to appoint Justin Ryder as town attorney at the 2023 pay scale.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I need a motion to accept Lincoln Tully as our town engineer as needed.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 We have 2 sewer inspectors. We have a primary and a deputy. Jim Kernan would be our primary sewer inspector, and the deputy would be Philip Hannawald. That would be at $35 an inspection. Motion to appoint those 2. Anybody?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Dog control, motion to appoint Kathy McGinnis as dog control officer at the 2023 pay scale.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Health officer, Orange County Department of Health. Budget officer, motion to appoint Kelly Picararo at the 2023 pay scale.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I'd walk right out of here if we didn't appoint her right away. Just as long as we got that squared away. Town historian, motion to appoint Ronnie Clark Coffey at the 2023 pay scale.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Emergency Action Coordinator Kurt Hahn at the 2023 stipend.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, we're getting there. Highway Superintendent, I had it on here only because I thought we needed to appoint Gary for another year, but he's on until this time next year. That would be the end of Pat's term. He was Deputy Highway Superintendent, that's appointed by the Highway Superintendent. Highway Superintendent, who did you appoint? Okay. Need a member of the Town of Highlands Assessment Review Board. I have a letter from Jill Gathers, who is presently on the board. It's a 5-year term from 9/30/22. Do I have a motion to appoint Jill Gathers?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I just have one question on that. On the assessment review, I didn't see Art Brunwasser's name on that list.
He's there.
He's there.
Is it, okay, all right, just making sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you had the old list, I'm sorry, Rich, you had the 2022.
Oh, okay.
I have a new list posted on my bulletin board down in the office. Anybody, anything on that bulletin board you want to take down and copy, please feel free to. Executive Assistant to the Supervisor, Kelly Picararo, at the 2023 pay scale.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So carried. Ambulance Administrative Services, Kyle Charette, at the 2023 pay scale. It's a stipend.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Jeff, I saw you walk in. Is Kyle still going to do that? Okay. Water and sewer billing, Leslie Churchwell at the 2023 pay scale. Stipend. I have a motion.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. Treasurer. I've been treasurer for the last umpty years. Would anybody like to offer my name as treasurer at the 2023 pay scale stipend?
I made the motion, we make the supervisor the treasurer at the 2023 pay scale
Yes,
stipend.
sir. Yes, sir.
Second that?
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Registrar, June Patterson. There's no extra pay to that, huh? There's not a stipend or anything? Oh, okay, but we have to appoint you? Not have to, but we are going to appoint you.
Motion.
Ask for a motion, there we go. Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Deputy Registrar Leslie Peterson.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Code Enforcement Officer Phil Hannawalt.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now the ZBA and the Planning Board, they were both village appointments. The village appointed Jack Janarone, and I don't know who they appointed.
I
planning
think
board.
Chris Dyroff is up. I'm not sure if he put a letter into the village. It's their appointment, right?
Yeah, he was the one that was up.
Chris
yeah.
Dyroff is a member who I believe is up.
Yeah, do you know if he?
I haven't heard anything,
Okay.
although I think, yeah, no, I have not heard anything.
Okay, I gave the board a copy of the salary schedule. 2023. Is there any questions on that, or?
None here.
Okay, so now I'll ask for a motion to approve the 2023 salary schedule.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. The employee benefits are listed in the employee handbook or in the union contracts for the police, highway, and sanitation. Mileage compensation will be 65.5 cents per mile. That's a federal, okay. The holiday schedule, you've got a copy of the holidays. It's listed in the employee handbook and the union contracts. The town board meetings and procedures will be conducted according to Robert's rules. Exceptions will be by a super majority vote. Regular meetings will be held at 7 p.m. on the second and fourth Monday of each month. Exceptions and special meetings will be advertised in accordance with town law. Powers and duties of the supervisor. The supervisor is the chief executive officer of the town. The supervisor presides at town board meetings and is assigned by the town board certain additional duties and responsibilities as a result of his statutory role as town treasurer. The town supervisor is the marriage officer if appointed by the town board. I'll ask for a motion to appoint a marriage officer.
Motion.
Second.
Who are you appointing?
Town supervisor.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Our depositories for our money is Chase and Class.
Supervisor, you missed deputy supervisor, letter D.
Oh, okay. Oh, I missed a couple things. Excuse me. One of the few things that town supervisor has the power to do is to appoint liaisons and the deputy supervisor. So I would like to appoint Richard Sullivan as deputy supervisor to serve in my absence.
Motion.
Oh,
No,
second.
don't even need a motion.
Oh, we don't?
Yep,
Don't even need it.
don't need it.
Okay.
Beautiful.
One of the few things I can do. It's funny,
Thank you.
in the village mayor has a lot more power than the supervisor. He can do a lot, appointments and stuff. Not that I want them, that's fine with me. Board liaisons, is everybody okay with it? If you got the list, are you okay with the, I think I only changed maybe two of them. I took you off of planning, and I think I would be. The official newspaper of the town will be the News of the Highlands and/or the Times Herald Record. We use the Record when we need something in that doesn't go according to schedule with the News of the Highlands. The designation of depositories, again, is Chase and Class. The Class is working out pretty good for us now. Yeah.
Back on the newspapers,
Yes.
it's better to have a motion on that.
Oh, okay. I'll ask for a motion to recognize as the official newspaper of the town, be the News of the Highlands and/or Times Herald Records.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Although I will say, the new format of the Times Herald Record online stinks. I almost can't read it.
I mean, they still have a newspaper, huh, the town, the Times Herald? Boy, I keep getting solicited for that, and I keep telling whoever calls me, we don't get delivery here. You know, why are you asking me to take it? That was, we don't get a delivery anymore. Anyway.
Yep.
Petty cash funds, the court has $100, actually $200. Each clerk has 100. Town clerk has 200, recreation 100, police 100, and the receiver of taxes $50. You might as well give me a motion on that, too.
I'll make the motion.
I'm
Second.
getting all the motions from the right side. Doesn't the
Well,
left
we had a
side
nice
suck it?
flow going. I thought the flow was going well.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The accounting duties would be Kelly Picaro. I'm going to pronounce that right pretty soon.
Right, the first two times.
Oh, okay. Do I have a motion to appoint Kelly as the...
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm assuming that you reviewed the procurement guidelines. Is there any questions on that? I'll ask for a motion to adopt the procurement guidelines for 2023.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. The investment policy, I'm assuming everyone read it, aware of it.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. The rules for opening competitive bids, the present must be the supervisor and the town clerk or their respective deputies. We hold pretty fast to that, right, June?
I'm sorry?
We hold pretty fast to that,
Yes.
opening bids. The annual audit will be conducted by RBT LLC. Do I have a motion to have RBT LLC? do
I'll make
our
that motion.
Annual audit, yeah.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the town controllers and annual audit controller will conduct an audit of all town entities at least once a year or when deemed necessary at the controller's discretion when required by the supervisor or the town board.
Motion.
All in favor? Motion
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You also have a list of existing contracts that Leslie put that together, and are there any questions on that list? There's this one right here.
None here.
I'm not going to read all the contracts off, unless,
Thanks, yeah. That's looked over already.
okay, no questions on the contracts?
Nope, nothing.
Annual meeting of the Association of Towns, is anyone going to that?
When is it?
Marriott
When?
Marquee.
President's Day weekend.
Yeah, President's Day week.
February?
We just sent something out. a few days
Yeah, I
ago.
think I might go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this
Okay, if you make it, you're going to be our delegate.
year. Okay.
Think of going?
You know what that means, Ty?
Yeah,
You gotta go back on Wednesday and hold the paddle up when they vote on everything.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Okay.
I know you did it a couple of times.
You're not going alone,
You're
Todd.
not going this year?
I tell you the truth,
going?
Yeah.
I think I'd
Okay, so
rather
you got-
use,
You got two people going then.
I think I'd rather use that money towards something else in training this year for myself than the Association of Towns.
Okay.
I and
Joe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you'll be a delegate and an assistant delegate.
Oh,
How's
yeah.
that sound? There you go. What? The expenses will be as usual. We pay for your room, for your meals, and transportation, or,
Yeah.
we don't pay for parking, so depending, if you're using public transportation, we'll reimburse you.
Right.
But if you take your own car, you have to pay for your own parking. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Anything I missed, June?
No, I think you got it all. Thank you.
Actually, yeah, I did miss something. The procurement guidelines have to be accepted by resolution. So I have a resolution to adopt the procurement guidelines. I'll ask for a motion.
I think
Yes.
it was,
You already have the motion
it
on the
was
second.
Sullivan and King. It just needs a roll call.
Okay.
Councilmember Sullivan?
Aye.
Councilmember King?
Aye.
Councilmember DeWitt?
You forget it every time.
You didn't say hello.
Fair enough.
And Councilmember
Aye.
Yeager? Supervisor Lindsay?
All right. The investment policy doesn't get a roll call, I don't think.
I was waiting for it, too.
Okay, is there anything else to do? Justin, did I miss anything? June, Kelly, did I miss anything?
No, good reorganization.
Town board, or everything all right? Okay, so we'll move on into our regular meeting. Is there any public comment on the agenda? Anybody? No? Okay. Approval of the previous minutes, which would be the minutes from December the 27th. That's the meeting we forgot to say Happy New Year at.
Yeah.
Have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried, thank you. Communications. Probably everybody knows this by now, but Route 218 will be closed for the remainder of the winter season. And that's from DOT, sent me this notice. Justin, is there anything I need to say on this, was this CEQA from Department of Transportation? I think I sent a copy to you, maybe not.
No, you want me to take a quick look?
Well, CEQA determination of no significant effect. Just a new, what do they call those words, where they, DONSE. Determination of no significant effect, DONSE. Donzi, or what do they call that? Yeah, that's a new one to you then, huh?
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
look into that.
yeah.
Good start to the year for me.
New York State, I'll give you this when I'm done. Department of Transportation Project Identification Number 8816.36, which is Route 9W Storm King Mountain Drainage, Median Barrier, and Wall Improvements. They have CEQA saying no.
Yeah,
no
they're just
significant-
notifying you, right, that the state agency completed their environmental review and found no significance. So they're gonna move forward with that project at some point.
Okay. I transferred $80,692 from the consolidated account to the accounts payable. The large items on the check run were $2,836 to the town of New Windsor for IT services, Orange and Rockland for utilities, $3,815, Lankin Tully for engineering, $6,077, Rockland County Solid Waste Hauling, $13,159, and the Office of the State Controller, fines and fees that were collected by the court, $14,982. Then there's a list of budgets. Transfers. We transferred, this is the one, right, Kelly? Town board cell phones?
Yes.
Okay. From the account to an account. So it'd be town board cell phones to town board other expenses, $462. Other expenses were higher than budgeted. Personal services, court attendance, personal services, court, $96 over budget to a payroll accrual. personal service court attendants to personal services clerks, $2,146 over budget due to payroll accrual for December 18th. Legal, personal services controller clerks, $5,375 for payroll clerk's retirement. Controller contractual, controller other expenses, $450, other expenses higher than budget. Town clerk training to town clerk printing, $100, printing expense over budget. Legal, IT services, $1,000, IT services were higher than budgeted. From building department consultants to building department clerk, $636 over budget due to payroll accrual for December 18th. Building department consultants to building department equipment, $1,165 scanner and installation. Building department consultants to building department training, $168, training is over budget. Recreation programs, personal services to recreation program supplies, $63, supplies are over budget. Sanitation landfill, to sanitation personal services, $7,735 for highway employees working sanitation. Police personal services to police cell phones, $144, cell phones were over budget. Police personal services to police fuel, $2,015 over budget to increase, due to increased cost of fuel. Police personal services to police contractual, $1,000, contractual expenses over budget. Police personal services to police vehicle maintenance, $300, vehicle maintenance over budget. Dial-a-bus cell phone to dial-a-bus driver, $121 over budget due to payroll accrual. Dog control personal services to central services utilities, $2,300. Utilities are higher than budgeted. Ambulance fuel to ambulance utilities, $180. Utilities higher than budgeted. Sewer postage to sewer cell phone, $62. Cell phones over budget. Sewer administration other expenses to sewer lab fees, $155 over budget. Sewer administration other expenses to sewer administration personal services, $77 over budget due to payroll accrual on December 18th. Federal bus aid revenue to dial-a-bus other expenses, $3,700 DMV penalty. Insurance recovery revenue to vehicle, police vehicle maintenance, $3,000 to moving insurance proceeds to cover the expense. Is there any first of all, do I have a motion to accept the
Motion.
budget transfer?
Second.
Second, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried, thank you. Board liaison. Let's start with the left side since they've been so quiet.
Go ahead, Joe. It's all
Go
on
ahead,
you.
Dean.
You first.
All right. I have nothing to report on tonight. Gary, did you want to throw out anything on the matter, since I didn't get a chance to talk to you today?
No, we're just working on some water problems. The worst cases are what we're looking at first. And the only other thing that I'm working on, it'll probably take a couple more weeks to finish, is I'm doing a survey of all the streetlights that are out at night. I don't need anybody, residents, to call me yet. I've done a little less than half of the town. I got 15 lights that are out right now.
Okay.
Just on those roads. And when I get that done, then I'll send a whole list to Orange and Rockland, give them some time to fix them all, and after that, if residents see anything, then they could call us up at the town garage. Takes a little bit of,
Are you working with the chief on that? Because I got him doing that also from the last meeting.
I have a list of about 12 so far. I'll
There's three behind me, but we'll get together then and compare what roads.
See which is which.
And I think he has the contact who he has to notify for the lights. Am I correct?
Yeah, you go on their website, you have to put in all the information.
Oh, all right, okay.
That's it? Just so everybody heard at home, in case, working on streetlight outages in the town, the chief and Mr. Boyce are both working on that together to report to O&R and some water issues, just in case anybody didn't hear it. Thanks, guys.
Dean?
Not too much new to report, except for, I know Aaron had sent out a bunch of items and events and so forth that are going on throughout the town in the next week or so. And I can read them all off of here, or folks can check on the Town of Highlands Facebook page or reach out to the rec department, and they'll, give you all their information that you need for sign up for lacrosse clinics, just for a few examples, and Little League ponytail and softball registrations are up and coming, so more information on that from the rec department. He did do a correction that he had out there for the support group for people with traumatic brain injuries. Meetings start on Thursday, not Monday, as he had stated. As for the ambulance corps, I met with their monthly meeting on, I believe it was January 3rd, and had a good group meeting there. Bunch of folks showed up. It was nice to meet everybody else that's there that helps out our community. So, hoping to help organize them a little bit, and help them move forward in some of their items and issues that they have. Jeff can fill us in on some of those if he'd like, and if not, he doesn't have to. But I told him I'm there to help as much as I can to get them in a better spot for them. They've lost some members, some good leadership that was there, and they have good leadership that's there and now, but the leadership that has passed has taken a lot of stuff with them, and not with them, but stuff that they know in their heads and so forth that goes on, and we tend to forget a lot. So, but just a little organization, a little help getting that going, and hoping things will pan out there over the year. So,
Thank you.
Hey, Doug, can I have it back? I forgot. I did forget a couple things. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Waking up slowly. This Wednesday at the American Legion Hall, it's the Drug Coalition meeting. Ann Molina organizes that. If anybody would like to attend, again, that's at 10 a.m. on January 11th, and that's at the American Legion Hall down on Old State Road. And forgive me, Olga, I forgot the message. Let me find it. Coming up, it's the CCA meeting. Everybody notes that the CCA program was put on hold because the rates weren't favorable, and now it's coming back into fruition. And the next big meeting about that is, Olga, help me out. Is it this Friday, the January 13th? Am I reading that right?
Friday is an online meeting.
Okay, thank you. Online meeting.
On Friday. Saturday, there's a meeting at the library.
This coming Saturday at the library. The information's going to will be put up on the Town of Highlands website. And were they able to get a notification out in time in the paper, or?
I put the flyer up on our Facebook page for the committee and posted it to Highlands community, but he just sent a flyer. That's good
You
enough.
sent it to me in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you.
Before we get to the other side, Jeff, I haven't heard anything about the fly car lately. Where are we at with that?
Fly car, in regards to that, is the command center, all the lights are there. It's a 2023, and hopefully, laugh because it's 3 years old, it's for a while, probably in the middle of February. All the cars are back.
Okay, and are we okay with the grant? I mean, there's,
$65,000. We're approved for $65,000.
but I mean, is, the amount of time this is taking, I don't want the grant to run out.
I'll confirm with them tomorrow. I don't think it's an issue, but I'll confirm.
All right,
with Desi
okay,
tomorrow.
okay. So you're looking for a delivery mid-February, end of February? Very good, okay. Yeah, we haven't talked about that lately, I just, okay. I don't know if you know about the fly car that we're
Yeah,
we're
yes,
working on. We got a grant for it.
Yeah, buying a new car these days, custom made, takes quite some time these days, so, unfortunately. So, a good 6 to 8 months, so you're probably at that point.
More like a year and a half.
Yeah, yeah.
And two salesmen, I guess?
And two sets.
Councilman King.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening, everyone at home. Once again, to echo the words of the town supervisor, wishing everybody a happy new year, and may you have good health and prosperity. In terms of my notes for tonight, just wanted to say that we, in my opinion, ended the 2022 year on a high note with the championship run of our James L. O'Neill High School and that fabulous parade and pep rally that happened with about 4-degree weather outside. It was still exciting. And then the parade, the holiday parade, which I attended with my colleague, Councilman Yeager down there, and that was a phenomenal event, really joyous spirit. To end the year on that note, and then started with last week I was at the Garrison Commanders, the West Point Garrison Commanders holiday reception, and to see the cheer and festivities of the new year and represent the supervisor and the board at that event, I thought it demonstrated the desire on both ends to have a functional partnership and the good community spirit. In that light, we have next week another opportunity to demonstrate that, which is MLK Day. The 29th annual MLK March is next Monday, January 16th at 10:45 a.m. is the lineup in front of Sacred Heart Church on Main Street. And it'll be a short march from Sacred Heart down to Memorial Park. Traditionally, that march would go a little further down to St. Mark's Baptist Church, but we're going to end it at Memorial Park and do a brief program there with the help of some folks, to include the American Legion, Mr. Pat Flynn, the commander, and others. John Flynn, I'm sorry, John, the veteran. Yeah. So, that being said, I'm already getting information from the West Point side that they want to come out and support this and be involved, and I was just pleasantly surprised by that information. Many of the commanders, i.e. the hospital commander and the command sergeant major, the prep school commander, the garrison commander, they all have pledged to be there. And, oh, by the way, I got word today that maybe even the superintendent will be there for this event.
Nice.
So they are, in my view, demonstrating that they want to really partner with us and be part of the community. Also, I want to acknowledge the folks that have been doing a lot of great work in this community. The lady named Dee from Crafty D's and Miss Sally Dorch and the kids that they call the Highlands Youth Coalition. They have just, in my view, just been really critical to building cohesion in our community. They've done a lot. So I just want to publicly acknowledge them and thank them for all their service to the community. And that being said, that's all I got, Supervisor and Board.
Pass the torch over to Councilman Sullivan.
Thank you very much, Ty. So again, I apologize for my decrepit condition. I've been told by a lot of members in the community that they mute me when I talk, so they get a gift tonight. I won't talk that much. The zoning board meets on the 18th of this month. They will be meeting here. That's the third Wednesday. I say that every meeting. They'll be here at 7 PM to reorganize. Jack was reappointed by the village board. His term is from 2023 until 2028. As a general rule, the length of the term is equal to the number of members on that respective board, so it's usually 5. They will reorganize, and they have at least one applicant that will be seeking a variance in Fort Montgomery. The county forwarded a new GML 239 guide to them, and they're going to review that. Most everything we do goes to the county for, what is that, general municipal law, Justin?
That's correct.
And we review it, and they re-review it, and it becomes just this wonderful bureaucracy for us to get through. The planning board, I know Dean is the planning board person now. I'm happy to hand the torch over to him. A few loose ends there. They will meet the 19th of this month, third Thursday at Town Hall here at 7 PM. Dean will be their liaison in the future. I will attend at least one more meeting. There is a complex relationship between planning, zoning, and building. None are redundant, none are unnecessary. The only one of these that has true enforcement power is the building department. Our building department is unique. It's 1/2 public, 1/2 private, and it has the ability to cover complex projects expeditiously and intelligently. So I'm not that well prepared. I'm going to go on, but I just want to talk a little bit on that note about 341 Main Street, the restaurant. That's been approved for some time now. So the planning board's work there is pretty much done. It's time for it to go to the building department. I spoke with Phil today. Mr. Minicozy has not come forward with anything for him to review or anything, so that's been a couple of months now. Just saying that's awaiting Mr. Minicozy to move forward with that, and the building department is prepared to receive him. On the other project up at the other end of town, Thayer Spa, the hotel, whatever you want to call it, that lot has met the demolition permit in entirety. Extensive things were done to make the sidewalk safe. They took the fence down, there's gravel, so nobody trips on the sidewalk going into the property. So that is now a vacant lot. And I know Mr. Ramus went to a village board meeting a while back and talked about the assessment on that lot. He didn't mention it being that lot. The building is gone. Both buildings are gone, and any person who transitions a lot into dormant land has the right to come into the assessment people downstairs and get it reduced, and that's what he did. So there was nothing criminal, there was nothing negligent, it's just part of the process. Let's hope he moves forward, because where that's at, he still needs 65 parking spaces. He was going to use the church for some of those, he opted out of that. So he still needs 65 parking spaces. He's had 3 extensions on his approval from 2020, so there's nothing to do with us holding that project up. That ball's in his court. And on the building department, be patient with me here, because I'm not doing that well. I'm going to only read the annual review for the last 2 years. I'll read the monthly report next meeting. So in 2021, there were 130 village applications, 70 town applications. There were 130 village permits, 75 town, 131 complaints in the village of Highland Falls, 22 in the town. There were 148 village projects, 71 in the town. There were 246 inspections in the village and 69 in the town. That's for 2021. For 2022, there were 133 applications from the village, 87 from the town. Permits, there were 122 for the village, 80 for the town. Complaints, 187 for the village, 42 for the town. Projects, 217 for the village, 78 for the town. And inspections, 317 for the village, 164 for the town. Our little old building department has a lot of work to do, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. And they do have, they're almost, you can kind of say, 1/2 private. John O'Rourke is there, ready to go. As a matter of fact, I'll just finish this by saying I want to thank the chief, because not being a hero, I said at the last meeting that Philip was on vacation, and there was a stop work order not being adhered to into Fort Montgomery. The chief sent an officer over by my side. Mr. DeWitt came to do nothing except advise the people there that there was a stop work order. And when Philip came back, there was planning board stuff to do, ZBA stuff to do, and building stuff to do. So I want to thank the chief. He was a gentleman. Thank you very much. And I consulted with Justin before we went over there. Other than that, I don't have a lot, except that Olga, I'm not in any condition to read it tonight, but your year-end report. At our next meeting, I'd be happy to read the whole thing if you want me to. Are you sure? You did send it to all the board members, and that's basically my report.
Thank you, sir. Chief, you have something for us?
Of course I do. It's the first meeting of the month.
There you go. First meeting of the year.
Okay.
Okay.
For the month of December, we handled 495 calls for service, 271 were directed patrol assignments. 6 cases, made 2 arrests, both were for driving while intoxicated. Had 14 motor vehicle accidents, 3 domestics, and issued 41 traffic tickets. In total for 2022, we handled 4,111 calls for service, 34 domestics, had 109 cases, which would relate to some type of criminal activity, made 21 arrests, handled 127 motor vehicle accidents, and issued 439 traffic tickets. On a unhappy note, we have had the misfortune of responding to 2 narcotic overdoses this week already. So the use of narcotic substances are increasing.
Let me ask you this. Any particular trend, like with age or?
They were both relatively young. I mean, not teenage, but
Young adults?
younger adults.
Chief, I was very happy to see one of our, I only happened to see one, and maybe there's more, of our officers that had to stop working because they had too much time, and now we're in the new year, and they're back on the...
They're back, both of them are back working again.
Was it 2 of them?
There were
Okay,
2 of them.
Yeah, okay. That-
Chief, there's,
Chief, just a quick question. Those 2 overdoses, are those private residents or on public property?
One was a private residence, and I believe one was in a vehicle.
Was it a vehicle? Okay.
And both were, Narcan was administered to
Okay,
both of them
administered in-
prior to the ambulance arriving.
is this, what was the drug, do you, if I can ask?
They probably were some type of a narcotic.
Kelly, do you have anything? Olga, do you have anything? Yeah?
Yeah, thank you so much. Councilmember Sullivan mentioned the annual report that our committee submitted. And if it's okay with the board, I'd like Kelly to post that on the website for the public to see. I did want to just spotlight a couple of things. Of course, community choice aggregation is something that we're very proud of. It's coming this year. As Councilmember DeWitt mentioned, it will be launching this Friday with an online webinar, and then in-person meetings start on Saturday at the public library. So I do urge everybody to try to pay attention. We've been talking about CCA for a number of years, and it's surprising to me that there's still a lot of people who don't know what it's all about. And it's coming, and it's an opt-out situation, so you will be getting notifications in the mail. There's public meetings. There's lots and lots of ways to find out what's going on. In net, it's supposed to save you money on your electric bill. So I do urge everybody to learn more about it. The other thing I want to point out is the new electric vehicle charging station, yay, is coming in Fort Montgomery. That's another several three-year project on our committee's part, trying to get that going. So the stations are in. According to the company that's doing it, they're expecting to complete this month. I know they're finishing up all the wiring. Yeah, so there will be kind of an unveiling event. There will be a discount on the rate for charging for the first couple of months, he told me. So I'll be there charging my car. Finally, I did want to mention a big thank you to Erica Affronti, who was clean energy intern for the town. She did a nice job evaluating opportunities, and resulted in a $5,000 grant for the town to use as it sees fit. Now, finally, I did want to mention that we did have a couple of our members have left the committee. Cindy Modlin and Mindy Kimball relocated, so we're down those two, and Ed Nugent had health issues. We're down a third. So we're actively recruiting. Our first recruit that I'd like to put before the board for your approval is Tiffany Montalese, who's a young go-getter, and we'd love to have her on the committee. She's interested in participating. So with your approval, we'll have her join. And I have a couple of other people that I'm talking to, and I don't have a formal commitment from them yet, but when I do, I'll bring that to the board as well.
You want us to do that with Tiffany now?
Please.
Have a motion to
Make a
appoint?
motion to appoint Tiffany to the Citizens Environmental Advisory Committee.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much.
Olga, when you have, whatever you're gonna do when they open up the two charging stations, let's see if we can't get a picture or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I've
Something
asked
like
him to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
'Cause that's, they've been working on it for a long time, and actually out there working.
Yeah.
Especially the electric guys.
I saw them, yeah.
An awful lot of work went in, so I was surprised how much work went into that.
And it's a good time for folks who are looking at buying a new car to think about electric vehicles. Where there's more infrastructure now, obviously, and New York State has a $2,000 rebate that they'll hand you right when you go in and sign up for the car, plus there's federal tax credits. There's a lot of incentives to buy electric vehicles as well.
And I just want to remind everyone at home, what have you, the charging stations did not cost the town one penny, not one penny. And talking about pennies, the town will get a little commission on what they sell there.
That's right.
So it's just a great deal. Thank you.
And that's a result of a lot of Friday nights virtually and here. And I forgot to mention this Friday night, the committee meets here at 6:00 p.m., open to the public.
Barry, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Jeff, do you have anything?
It's not on the agenda, but,
Oh, it doesn't have to be at this point in time.
so, I'm on my 36-hour, we need help. I appreciate Joe and Dean coming to the meeting and talking to us. I thought I sent a letter to you about pulling the list. We're getting some people back, and I hope Ryan comes back. We have a couple of new members that are paramedics and EMTs, so hopefully they will help, but they're all going for new jobs, so I just need help badly. I can't do 36, and there's an anomaly because, as you well know, there was something going on last night with one of our members, so I took her spot.
Yeah.
And I can't keep doing 36, and I talked to Greg and Dean and Joe about it. So if you would pull the list, and I'd like to meet with my liaison and you in the next couple of days to go over some of the issues that we are having. Appreciate it.
Sir, I don't know you.
Yes, I was waiting to the end, to the public comment section. My name is Brian Frederickson. I recently moved to Highland Falls, me and my family.
Can't hear you on mic.
Oh, the mic.
Step on up.
Step on up.
Step on up.
The microphone allows us, the people at home, to
Oh,
hear.
to hear.
you.
All right. My name is Brian Frederickson. I recently moved my family up here to Highland Falls. I live at the top of Mountain Avenue. One of my main concerns that I came here to get clarification on or address is the speed which coming off of 218 entering into the town of Highland Falls. I have 5 kids, all young. I walk them to school and I almost get clipped. I make sure I walk on the outside and my kids walk single file down the street. Because as they come off that turn, it's an easy 50, 60 miles half the time. I know 218's a state road. I don't know the town could do anything with it as far as maybe put up one of the electric radar signs with some bumps, like those warning bumps you get coming off of the Palisades. But that's my main concern. I've only been here 6 months. Moved my family up in August. We did a lot of work to the house. You know, my kids are adapting well. They're involved in a lot of the extracurricular activities and everything that Aaron does and everything. So that's great. And I just wanted to introduce
Chief,
myself.
could you pass this message on to the, we have
I
2
mean-
police departments.
Yeah,
We have the town, which basically, that's the village road, Mountain Avenue is the village road.
Yeah.
So
The village, the police
Highland Falls
department.
chief would be the right
Okay.
person to talk to.
Okay.
I happen to know your occupation. Would you rather I don't say anything about it?
No, right, I am a sergeant in the New York City Police Department. I've been there for 20 years. I worked hand in hand with the community council, the 7th Precinct on the Lower East Side for 12 years. Under Don West, I was very active. I was part of the cabaret unit there. I dealt with Community Board 3 with liquor licenses as far as enforcement. I dealt with the SLA board a bunch of times in my capacity as an NYPD sergeant at the time. I don't work there anymore. I now work in the intelligence division. But yeah, so I have a sort of background in a lot of the community things. That's why when you went through the whole list, I've been to all those meetings for the 7th Precinct. And like I said, I just wanted to bring up my concerns about that. I waited 6 months just to, so I get acclimated to the town and everything. And it's a great little village, and that's what drew us here, was the small town feel of Highland Falls.
Now,
So-
the village meets the first and third Monday of the month.
Okay.
First and third. They're
First and
actually
third.
meeting right now, but
Holiday.
Okay.
because of the holiday, yeah, so.
So
I know
would I be
we-
bringing it to the town or to the village? Any concerns with 218
Can I ask a
that I
question?
might see?
The money that, to buy those speed signs that we have down in your jurisdiction, chief, like, where'd the money come from? Was it a grant, or did we pay for them in the town?
It was a grant.
It was a grant.
Because I know driving through Fort Montgomery, everyone sees that sign and they slow down.
No doubt.
Right by the Dunkin' Donuts there. And I think
In
that,
the park.
and I think that coming off of 218, coming off of 9 and you're going down 218 down Mountain Avenue, if they see the sign, they'll realize, oh my God, I'm going 50 and I'm about to hit a 20.
Yeah, you're at the top of Mount Avenue
Yes, I'm
where
right
it
at-
goes from 40 to 30,
Yes.
but
Yes.
Well, we
And
have-
like I said, it is very dangerous to the point where I've actually put up,
It's on the left.
in the summer, I've put up a net so that my kids don't, chase a ball out or anything like that. But walking to school and walking home, I almost get clipped. And I say I keep my kids single file when I walk them to the bus stop, and then my daughter to HFIS. So, it's just a concern, and I didn't know who to go to with it.
I'm
So
glad you came to
it's a
us.
community board meeting. I figured I'd come here and
We have a new chief
introduce
in Highland
myself.
Falls, maybe 2 months or what have you. I'm sure, I'll speak for her, I'm sure, considering your background, she would have no problem with you knocking on the door and going in to see her.
I
Is that correct?
definitely, I'll bring that over there.
And they do have some of those movable signs, the
Yeah.
electronic ones.
Yeah.
Solar, I think.
Yeah, it's just something to warn people, because you could get absent-minded coming in off of 40 and then, not slowing down fast enough. But that was one of the main concerns that I've had.
Well, welcome to our town.
Yes.
Appreciate that. And
Yes.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You said detective,
Sergeant.
sergeant.
Got 20 years?
20 years.
How many you plan on doing?
I got 5 kids under the age of 9. I plan on leaving in a box,
I
basically.
was trying to get you to retire, go work over here with us.
Which I do want to say, you have Highlands Police Department, sir. Scott Newberry worked for me. He is excellent.
Yeah,
He is excellent. I will give him a shout out to the community. He worked for me for a long time.
Well, I will say
He
that
was
the 2
excellent.
DWI arrests this month were his. And both overdoses this month.
Well, you'll realize that with Scott. You'll be getting a lot of he happens to attract that, but that's what he did for me when he worked for me. So, excellent officer. If you have a chance to deal with him, say hi to him, Scott Newberry. He was an NYPD officer for over 20 years.
And we interviewed him. And
Yeah,
he was
he is
an
excellent.
interview. Yeah.
He is, I'm telling you, you guys got lucky that he's here. Because I would trust nobody else.
Maybe we can get lucky with another.
We'll see.
Recruitment payoffs? Let me phrase another word.
What's the sign-up bonus?
Thank you.
But
Sign-up
no
bonus.
problem, guys. I just wanted to introduce myself.
Thank
you.
Welcome, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Frederickson, you said?
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Just, I'm off for the next couple of weeks. And once my ears make it so I can hear again. Some time ago, I promised Jeff, along with Joe, we're going to go down and look at the HVAC system in the building. And Gary's been waiting for me for about 4 months to talk about water. I'll be over, Gary, next week. Okay, I'm going to haunt you.
Ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Oh,
What?
you had things you wanted to bring up, did you not?
Uh-oh.
No, I did not.
Okay, thank you.
Did you want to bring up
Wait,
something?
No, I don't wanna bring up anything.
time out. Yes, there is something I want to bring up. Because I think I sent out Kelly's take on it. But Leslie Peterson is asking for a stipend for doing the garbage billing. She does all the garbage counts. I asked Kelly to look into it to see, didn't I send this out to everybody?
I think I saw something.
Yeah. Kelly is suggesting that if we give her a stipend, it would be an amount of $500 for each billing.
For collecting the dumpster payments.
Are you ready to act on it now?
Well,
I'll make that motion.
okay. Do I have a second?
We got the money? Okay.
Second.
We got the money, right? I mean, we can find the money. to put
We
that.
should, yeah.
How many billing cycles are there?
2.
Two. So it'd be $1,000. I have a motion, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I would have been in so much trouble.
Don't run away. 2 minutes.
I have one
We done?
question.
Yeah.
For Storm King Mountain, it's kind of new here, but and have they ever thought of, you know how they have like the bridge signs that cross the entire highway to alert of notifications of conditions on top of that mountain?
They have signs on the bottom, on each
Yeah.
side. You're supposed to have them, and those signs are supposed to go along with the safety of Storm King.
It says no parking, you'll be towed.
I know.
They also say the conditions on both ends. He's correct, yeah. They say that.
Well, it's supposed to, but it just tells you not to park on the shoulder.
I saw it the other day.
Oh, really? So maybe they're doing it. Oh,
Maybe if there's no bad condition, they put the no parking.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's probably it.
All right.
'Cause did you go to that meeting? We had it in Cornwall.
No.
Oh, we had a whole bunch of people there, and we tried to get the speed limit down to 45 miles an hour. And, but everybody's gonna still do 60. Well, good. The speed limit is 55, so now they're doing 75, so if we can get it down to 45 and get it to 60. But anyway, we couldn't get them to do that. We couldn't get the DOT to do that. All right, so I guess we did adjourn.
Yep.
Yep. Mr. Frederick? Yes. You obviously come down to policy. Yeah. Now they have the bridges. We should look at them.
You really have one more thing I want to get to.
Top of Mountain Avenue. You understand the difference, you know.
Yeah, I'm
There's
still
town
getting
and
used to the
villages
town and villages. It's very confusing.
I'm sorry that I didn't sit here for an hour tonight, but thank you.
No, it's good. Like I said, I knew it was a community board coming up, so I came to the one that I saw on the website.
We have great ideas, and then it is a state road, so the state is the,
Before we adjourn, no, that's all right. Before we adjourn, I would like just noted in the minutes that I received a letter from Deborah Copal concerning the cell towers. I received the letter dated January the 6th. And if the town board didn't get the letter, I'll make copies and put it in your box.
Are we getting the cell tower, or is she still fighting?
That's all I got to say about the letter. Now a motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?